I'm a student. I spend money every day. But I don't know where it goes.
Guess why we create Student Expense Tracker?
Good day everyone. Now, I would like to give an overview of our project. This project is a Python-based application designed to help students manage their expenses in a systematic way. It allows users to record their daily spending and keep their financial data well organized. The system can display daily and monthly expenses summaries, which helps users review their spending patterns easily and clearly. By viewing these summaries, students can better understand how their money is being spent over time. In addition, the application allows users to set a monthly budget. This feature helps students control their spending and avoid exceeding their budget. Last but not least, this project uses a command line interface, making it simple, lightweight, and easy to operate without requiring complex software.
Next, I will explain the objective and the problem statement of our project. First, we start with objective. The first objective is to help students record their daily expenses in a systematic and organized way. This helps students keep track of their spending more accurately. The second objective is to allow students to monitor and analyze their spending patterns. By reviewing their expenses regularly, students can identify unnecessary spending and manage their money more wisely. The third objective is to increase student awareness of their financial behavior. This encourages them to become more responsible and disciplined. Now we move to problem statement. Many students face difficult managing their personal finance, especially when they have limited allowance or income. With the increasing use of careless payment and e-wallet, students tend to overspend because transactions feel easier. In addition, poor expense tracking can lead to weak financial management. As a result, students may run out of money, struggle to save, or fail to plan their expenses properly.
Next, we proceed to the project concept. The purpose of this project is to help students manage and monitor their daily and monthly expenses in a simple and organized way. Many students often overspend without realizing it, so this system helps users track their spending and stay within a monthly budget. By using this system, students can become more aware of their financial habits and make better spending decisions. This system provides several important features. First, users can set a monthly budget. This budget is used as a reference to control spending throughout the month. Second, users can add expenses by entering the date, category, and amount spent. The system includes input validation and error handling to prevent invalid data such as incorrect categories or non-numeric values. Third, users can view the total expenses for a specific day. The system calculates the total by checking all the recorded expenses for that day. Next, users can view a monthly expense summary. The system calculates total spending for the selected months and compares it with the monthly budget. If the expenses exceed the budget, a warning message will be displayed. Lastly, the system uses clear messages and color indicators to make the output easier to understand and more user-friendly. The target users of this system are students, especially university and college students who want a simple tool to manage their expenses. This system is suitable for students who want to improve their financial awareness without using complex application. This system provides several benefits to students. First, it helps students to be more aware of their spending habits by recording daily and monthly expenses in an organized way. Second, students can control their expenses based on monthly budget. which help them avoid overspending and manage their money more responsibly. Third, the system encourages students to plan their spending by comparing total expenses with the budget and receiving warnings when the budget limit is exceeded. In addition, this system helps students develop basic financial management skills such as budgeting, monitoring expenses, and making better financial decisions. Overall, the system supports students in building better money management habits during their studies.
Next, I will explain the key parts of our Python code focusing on the functions, program structure, and logic used in our student expense tracker. Firstly, we use global variable, which are expenses, a list to store all the expense record, and budget to store the monthly budget. These variables are global so that they can be accessed by different functions later. Then we use monthly budget function to allow the user to set their monthly budget. It uses the global keyword to modify the global budget variable. We also apply try except block to handle the invalid input, ensuring the budget entered is valid number and greater than 0. After that, we use the display menu function to display clear and available option to the users to select. Not only that, we also use add expenses function to collect the data, category, and amount of an expense used by the user. The category input is validated to ensure it matches the predefined categories. Each expense is then later stored as a dictionary, then added to the expenses list. The today total function then will calculate the total expenses for a specific day. It uses for loop to go through the expenses list and add up the amount where the date matches with the user's input. The monthly summary function calculates the total expenses for a selected month. It uses string slicing to match the year and month with the user's input. Then, the amount will be added to the total until all expenses are checked and added to. Then, we'll compare the total expenses with the budget to see whether the user has exceeded or achieved their set budget. Lastly, is the main function. It controls the whole program. It calls the monthly budget first to ensure the budget is set. Then while loop is used to display the menu for the user's choices and response. Then the main function will run the whole program.
This program uses a function-based modular structure where each function has a specific role. The main function acts as the controller. It starts the program, sets the monthly budget, and continuously displays the menu based on user input. The display menu function shows all available options and guides users through the system. When users add expenses, the add expense function collects and stores data into a shared expenses list, which allows other functions to access the same data. The today total and monthly summary functions analyze the stored expenses to calculate daily and monthly spending, and the monthly summary compares the total with the budget. Overall, all modules interact through shared data, ensuring smooth program flow and simple expense tracking.
Next, I will talk about the challenges we face and how we solve them. First, some users found our CLI interface confusing, so we improved it by using clear menus and simple prompts. Second, managing personal spending was difficult, so we add budget tracking and alerts to help users control their expenses. Lastly, the program sometimes crashed due to invalid input. So we implemented input validation and try exit error handling to prevent this. Overall, the solution improved the usability and stability of our application. Tapi just sekejap.
So the conclusion here is the student expense tracker clearly shows how the program works by letting users set a monthly budget, add daily expenses,
and view daily sources or monthly summaries. It uses a well-organized structure with separate function for each task, check for valid input, and alerts users when spending goes over the budget. This demonstrates a good understanding of code structure, organized functions, and important features for tracking expenses. To improve our expense tracker, we focus on making the system easier to use, more accurate, and more helpful for managing expenses. First, we need to improve the system by adding automated date entry so users do not have to enter the date manually, which helps reduce errors. Next, the system needs an edit and delete function so users can correct any mistake in their expense record. Uh, we also need to improve the budgeting feature by allowing users to set budget for different categories such as food and transport. And finally, the system should display detailed expense record, including the date, category, and amount so user can clearly see how their money is spent.